Alright, now I'm going.
Hey y'all, I'm going to show you how to do a couple of things to this turkey. We are first going to spatchcock it. And the second thing we're going to do is debone it so that we can turn this giant turkey into a turducken, which is a turkey that has been stuffed with duck and chicken. So, first of all, let me explain a couple things. This is a messy process. I am not a butcher, so if you have a butcher that will do this for you, by all means, have them hook you up. But if you really want to do this by yourself, I'm going to show you how to do it. All right? So, if you're going to make a turducken, you need a big bird for the outside. So the turkey part of the turducken, you need to get over 20 pounds. This one is 22 pounds. I bought it last Sunday. It's been in my refrigerator for a few days getting defrosted. I did still see a couple of ice bits when I took it out of the package, so I'm hoping it's completely defrosted in the middle. Here we go. Couple things. Make sure you've got your tools right here because you don't want to go spreading turkey all over your kitchen. I actually have an extra baking sheet over here covered with foil. I've got a clean cutting board. I have a couple of paring knives. Here are kitchen shears. I was trying to say scissors. Kitchen shears. And all the paper towels you can find in your house. You're going to need them. This gets messy. Alrighty then. First thing we're going to do is a process called spatchcocking. And spatchcocking is simply where you take the backbone out of poultry, so you can do it to chicken, turkey, duck, goose, whatever. And there are lots of great reasons why you would want to spatchcock a bird. You can do this, you can butterfly the bird and lay it open and flat. Alright, now this manufacturer pulled a piece of skin down around the legs so that the legs are bound close to the turkey body. And that's great if you're going to be roasting it whole, but we're not. Anyway, you spatchcock if you want to butterfly the bird and lay it open, and that's really fabulous if you put it on a grill or you can throw it in the oven. That's delicious. So that's kind of a cool thing to know how to do anyway. The first step is to find the backbone. So I turned him over, right? Here is the back of the bird, and this was the tail. This is the neck end. You're going to take a paring knife, and you're simply going to come on either side of the backbone. And you're only opening this up enough so that you can get a good look at a couple of things. Because you're going through bone, this can be really hard to do. It takes a good bit of muscle, and I can feel this is not quite defrosted back here. Actually, having it super cold is a good thing. It's easier to work with. So I'm just drawing the tip of my knife down through as much as I can get it down through, because I'm looking for a couple of things. I'm looking for the joint where the wing attaches to the backbone, and I'm looking to where the thigh attaches to the backbone. Because you will never get a knife through either a wing or a thigh bone, but you can get your knife through the joint, right? So that's the first thing, and I have found the thigh bone. I don't know, Ricky, can you see the little motion I'm making with my knife? I'm just kind of using the tip almost to peel things back so I can get good exposure in there. Because what you want to do is there we go. You want enough of that thigh bone exposed that you can get the tip of your knife into the joint. Now you're going to have to cut through some ribs. I'm trying not to block the camera, guys, so Ricky, if I do, tell me and I will move. You're going to have to go through some ribs, but hopefully if you get down here where that thigh bone is, the whole process becomes a lot easier. So let me see if I can... Yep, okay. It's kind of fiddly. And I haven't found it yet. One of the goals, there's tendon right there. Now you can cut through tendon, but you're not going to get your knife through a lot of deep, thick bone. Okay, so there we go, right through the tendon. Did you see it? right there was where that tendon was. You see that? Okay, good. All right. Now, when you're doing a turducken, the goal is to kind of, I'm going to turn him around, buddy, so I can work on the wing. What you want to do is leave the skin of the entire thing intact. You want the wings intact. You want the leg and thigh bones intact, and you want everything else deboned. So now we're looking for the wing joint. The whole time you're trying not to puncture the outside skin, because you're going to end up laying this flat. I'll show you how to do all that. But you're going to end up laying it flat and then rolling it all back up, and you really want it to end up looking just like a turkey again. All right, so I'm close to that wing joint. I'm not quite there. And the more you just ease it away, the more you'll be able to see, and you'll know you're in the right spot, and you won't go hacking big holes in your bird. You want to leave the turkey breast as intact as possible. I can't find that wing joint. All right, let's see if I can find it if I move it. Okay, well, he's all up in here, so maybe I haven't exposed enough. So be patient and keep going. I first did videos on how to do this. That was 2010. How long ago was that? A long time. 8 years ago? And I just went back to look at the videos, and the camera quality is horrible, and the video, or the audio is horrible. So yes, the information is perfectly valid. But I was hoping that we could do this again with some light so y'all can really see. All right, now, I still haven't found it, but I found some more things to go through. Now that, and of course my phone rings. I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. Now we're in here. There's the tendon. Okay, Ricky, here's the tendon. You see that? Is it visible? Okay. Hey, your haircut looks great. Ricky got a haircut. He looks awesome. Alright, so if you're cutting the tendon, you're not going through bone. Oh, I see. Part of it is mine is still so frozen that it's actually making my fingers hurt. There we go. Now, I've just separated. Thank you, Ricky. Yeah, make that hush. There's another tendon right there. At any point, if you're doing this, like I said, this is slow and it's fiddly and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But by the time you're done, you really do have something that's pretty much a showpiece. Okay, so the wing is separated, that thigh is separated. Here's what we want to do next. I actually want to do the other side, because we want to get to the point where we can cut through the ribs and we can lift the whole backbone out as one piece. After that, we're going to kind of follow the line of the bird up, up this way, which I'll show you in detail. But for right this second, I'm actually going to let my hands warm up a minute. It's really cold and they ache. But I'm going to come over here and separate the wing and the thigh on this side, and I'll show you how we get through the ribs when I've done this other side. Was that even like English? Alright, so all I did was get through the wing and the thigh bone on both sides, and you can start to see how the backbone then becomes a lot more apparent, more visible. So here's the wings, this is still the neck end of the turkey, here's the neck, this is the breast, right? So the next thing we're going to do is just give ourselves some wiggle room, okay? So I like to take the knife and come right down through here, and you're going to kind of release things on both sides. And my bird is still partially frozen, which is a little bit of a pain. A lot of a pain. This is the other reason why I like to work on these, I got another tendon right here. Why I like to work on these baking sheets covered with foil is they're easy to maneuver. It's easier to move the baking sheet around than it is to flip the bird around. Alright, so apparently I didn't get all the way through the tendon on that side. I still think I've gotten away with never cussing on one of my YouTube videos, but y'all may be in for a precedent because I can't find the tendon all the way on that side. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, I got it. This is what I said. If you've got a butcher that will do this for you, have at it. I don't happen to have one. Matter of fact, we had to drive all the way to Knoxville to find a turkey this big. Okay, so you want to keep your knife as close to the bone as possible. You don't want to lose any more of the meat than is absolutely necessary. And just continue using just the tip of your knife, okay? You don't want to start slashing. All right, now here's the next thing that's a big fat pain in the butt. You're gonna have to get in here eventually. What do I want to do first? Do I want to try the ribs first? I think I'm gonna try the ribs first. Eventually we're gonna have to come in here and get rid of that breastbone. And part of that means getting rid of the wishbone. Now, this part takes a little bit of strength. Use your hands and find where the thinner bones are, okay? And what I might do is get one of my big strong boys to come in here and help me do that part, because I don't have a whole lot of strength in my hands. But that's this next part. Oh, you can hear it. Yep. Right through the ribs. And actually, I think I am going to have one of the boys do it. But this is all you're doing, guys. It takes up some strength in your hands. So if you've got a house full of big, strong, healthy teenagers, or a friendly neighbor, or somebody that can help you with that part, take advantage. So we're going to take off this just by doing exactly what I was doing. I'm just going to go get one of the boys. All right, so we'll be back in a second.
Okay, filming.
Okay, so I was waiting on Bladen to get out of the shower, and then he got a nosebleed. So that's not really what you want to have in your kitchen. We're just going to proceed and do this a slightly different method. Normally, I would come right down through here with the scissors, which it's hard to do. I can do it with a chicken. This is a big old turkey, though. So I'm just going to proceed with removing the breastbone, okay? And it will come out in one whole piece. So we're over here next to the wishbone. You can see this is the wishbone. See that? And you want to keep close to it and just keep moving down the bird as close to the bone as you can get. The whole point is to end up with, like I said, you want the bird intact as far as the skin goes and the wings, so that it can be stuffed. And you're kind of going to roll him all up once he's stuffed, and you're going to have something that's really pretty spectacular. And I'm fussing over this turkey. Fussing as in complaining. But honestly, this is not difficult. It's fiddly. And I tend to not like to do fiddly things. However, I haven't done a turducken in a while, and it's fun. It's fun to do something ridiculously over the top on occasion. So this is my occasion. All right, so that was one side. I'm going to show you a little bit more on this side. And he's lopsided. He's sitting lopsided. All right, so there's the thigh that we disconnected. See? Right there. That's the joint where it connects to the backbone, and you want to get that out of there. Here is where we disconnected the wing, and we're just going to continue trimming it back slowly and carefully. And I will say this is a good thing. This is a really good thing. because we're gonna roll it and stuff it, if you make a little mistake somewhere, if you overcut or undercut something, nobody will ever know. This is one of those things where, you know, you really do not have to be any kind of expert. It's very forgiving in a lot of ways. I have even figured out how we're going to be doing this turducken. I'm going to bone the duck. I'm going to take the duck apart. I'm not going to spatchcock the duck. Here's why. You end up with, and then keep checking yourself that you're not going through skin you don't want to cut through. Here's why. Once this thing is stuffed and rolled up, you're going to have to be able to cut all the way through it, right? You're going to have to carve it without any bones in the middle, which means you need all the pieces of the duck and the chicken to be boneless, of course, but you've rolled it up and there's stuffing in there. And Ricky, I'm sorry, Ricky, I don't mean to block your shot. Nobody can tell if you left the bird whole or not. It dawned on me the other day. I was thinking about doing a turducken. I was thinking, it's a pain to bone the birds. And I realized you don't have to. There is absolutely no reason. Because, all right, so now we've gotten almost to the tip of the breastbone. This is where you want to start being careful not to break through the skin. And again, using the tip of your knife is the easiest way, right? Because you can really get close to things down in there and just nick. You're nicking as you go along. I told y'all this was messy. And we have almost gotten it. You can see this from the opposite side. If you're looking at everything upside down, actually, at this point. You can tell this is what would be the tender of the turkey breast. See how that would lift and separate if I wanted it to? That would be the tender, and the rest of the breast is under there. If you've done a few turkeys, you really start to learn what's what. And like I said, y'all, as long as you're not breaking through the skin, you're golden. Now, what I'm going to try to do now, there we go. Let's see if I can get the knife under right there. There we go. Ha! All right, so you can see here. These are the legs, the thighs. Here are the two sides of the breast, and we want to maintain the skin under here. So working this way, we're going to get as close to that breastbone as possible. I'm going to end up lifting the whole thing out in one piece. Since Bladen wasn't here to help me. It's big and unwieldy and slippery. Now, let me make sure. Nope, skin's intact. All right, we're good. Sorry I had to move, guys. My arm was getting tired holding it up like that. And the keel of the turkey breast is running right here. You see how it rises? And be careful when you get to this point. So it's like an angle. They call it a keel, like the keel on a ship. And doing this part, it's real easy to get through the skin. And I won't say you've wasted your efforts, but it sure would make you mad. Now, let's do it on this side. It's a little workout, Boo. Boo, I just called you Boo. Sorry, wrong kid. I have kids named Bladen. Oh, sorry. Bladen, Boone, Brent, And the dog's name is Boudin. So I just yell boo. And hope whichever one I mean is the one that responds. Sometimes it works. Check that out. All right. That is the backbone and the breastbone in one piece. I'm going to bring that over here. He's going over here. There is enough here that you can drizzle that with olive oil and a little salt and pepper, roast it, and then you throw it in a stock pot and you will get a ton of chicken broth ahead of Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever it is you're doing. All right. What do you... What? It's not a chicken, you're right. It's a turkey. That was Ricky's very subtle way of saying, you said the wrong thing. Okay, so here's what you end up with, guys. I'm going to try to flip this over. Crap, that's big. Okay. All right, so here it is on the outside. Okay, I'm going to talk for a second while I wash my hands because that's driving me nuts. Okay, the way it looks right now is called a spatchcock. That's the style of cut where you remove the breastbone and you remove the backbone and you open it all up. And the really fun part about spatchcocking a bird is that you can really season it well inside and out. So if you wanted to, you could take a spatchcocked bird like this, drizzle it with olive oil or butter inside and out, salt and pepper, all sides of it, throw it on a hot grill, and it takes 30 minutes. Boom, boom, maybe 10 for one this big, and it's absolutely amazing. This, however, is going to be our turducken. There's the cat shredding tissue paper. She's got wrapping paper over there, and she's just shredding it. All right, this is going to be our turducken, right? So at this point, we are going to throw this guy in some brine and let it go for it's going to be about 18 hours before we pull it out. And I gotta say, the hardest part of the turducken is now over with, right? So, I'll tell you, debone a turkey. I'll tell you, spatchcock a chicken, Ricky. Or turkey. And we are now ready to come over here and brine it off. But I'm gonna make that a different video. There you go. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. And if you thought that video was helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. And if you have a second, hop on over to Patreon and check out how to support my channel even more. Again, thanks for watching.